Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. But we hang it up for the night. So I seen Brad Holmes did an interview. Now I don't know in my mind if I'm gonna chop this up into multiple bits or we just gonna knock it all out right here. I thought about even doing a live stream. If I get off early on Wednesday, I might even get a live stream in on this as more stuff starts to leak. So um pretty much let's do it all, man. Let's talk about every clip that I find. If I find more clips, we gonna get it in, right? So the first clip we gonna watch is him saying uh why they signed the free agents to a 1 year deal and they ain't spending that money. And my Cardi B voice, that money. I heard she was at Nikki's, so I was out of town though. But let's go.
More money to spend. We knew what kind of financial constraints that we were in entering this, and it had to take a lot more looking at everybody from top to bottom. You know, when you have more money to spend and lesser constraints financially, you can do a lot more focus on just the mid to upper echelon guys. And you don't have to really like, you can get to the, let's call them tier 2 and 3 and 4 guys a little bit later. But when we're looking at the constraints that we had financially entering in, it's like, okay, all right, we're not going to be able to do a lot of multi-year deals because for what we're trying to do with these extensions that we have upcoming, the implications that it would have on our cap would be, I don't want to call it crippling, but it would have been hard to overcome. Guess I could say. So we were kind of limited in how many multi-year deals that we actually could get, and that takes apart. Like, yeah, we can want that, but then the player and the agent has to agree to it too. And so,
so all I hear is excuses. I mean, just to keep it a being, all I hear is excuses in this particular clip, and I'm gonna tell you why. Philadelphia finds a way to get it done. For somebody like Brad, who knows how, in a capologist, how to manipulate the cap and all that, how do Philly keep stacking people on top of people? How do Philly do it? See, Mike Valenti brought up a point about Jameer Gibbs and how they shouldn't pay him. I'm a firm believer if the man do the job, pay him. But then again, in business, it really ain't no ethics for real. It's business ethics, but it's really not no ethics in business. So I kind of understand that to a point. Um, but respectfully, I'm always, pay a guy for the job he done, especially, if the character is good, he important part of the team, and and all that type of stuff. But I don't have an issue with it. Oh, I pay him and do like, I'm not tripping, man. I want to see these dudes get their money. All right. And as quick as they give you the money, there's loopholes for them to take the money. But it's just like they act like they can't spend money. Oh, we got to do this and pay this. How do Philly keep doing it? Now, allegedly they could be moving on from Jalen Carter, and they signed Jordan, the Jordan guy from Georgia that played with him, I think, for a second. But they find a way to stack talent on top of talent. They find a way to make it happen. So why don't Detroit find a way to make it happen? Because they don't want to make it happen. And then I read something that say they already sold out of season tickets. You got Packer fans saying our waiting list is even longer. Who gives a flying what? Who cares? There ain't nobody lining up for real to go out to Lambeau, especially somebody that look like me. To be in the cold. Like I would never get tickets somewhere like Buffalo, season tickets, partial Buffalo. What else you got? Buffalo, Green Bay. Hell to the motherfucking nah. Even at the Meadowlands, man, that's torture. That's fucking. You spend all your hard-earned money to get tortured by the elements, by the rain. Like, what's up, Doc? No, thank you. Y'all got it. But yeah, it's always excuses. Oh, we gotta do. They don't want to spend money. I keep telling y'all that again and again and again. Somehow Philadelphia finds a way. Somehow these teams find a way. They find a way to will and deal. You look at a guy like what's the brother's name out there in Kansas City? Yeah, they got rid of Jerry Sneed, got rid of Tyreek Hill, but they kept rolling. They kept rolling. They kept finding a way. But then I seen this. I didn't see the clip. If I find the clip, Maybe I'll address it again in a shorter video. I'm gonna start doing shorts again pretty soon. Detroit Lions Brad Holmes says he looks at new offensive tackle Larry Baroom as a starting caliber tackle. Yeah, he started a lot of games. I just like, no, you need to go out there and draft a left tackle. Now, if the left tackle you get don't hit, I get it. If he don't really hit and do his job, hey, put Larry in there, but you need the future. Ain't no longer putting it off. And we don't believe in Manu Giovanni. We don't believe in bro. Go get a guy. That's my thing. In a tackle risk draft, don't wait till the third, fourth, fifth round. Get your guy. Protecting Jared Goff, and I think they know this. Protecting Jared Goff is the priority. It is the priority. It is the priority. Like it or not, it's the priority. Ain't two ways around it. So do I think he is? I haven't watched him play, but everything I read, I don't think he's a I don't think he's a no, man, go get your guy. And if he beat out your guy for the here and now, I'm not mad at it. But it's always these guys that's not on the radar. So it's always these low level guys. And they play with the left tackle position like this, bro. If he started a lot of games, why he ain't still in Miami? Why he in Detroit on a cheap deal? If I can get something for cheap, man, my antenna's raised. Like, why is it cheap? You know what I mean? That's how I look at stuff. But Scout Brad, Boy Scout Brad, feel like he got the juice, right? So now he's about to talk about edge rusher and free agency. He gonna explain to y'all why they couldn't afford an edge rusher. Y'all will listen to that song by Lil Troy, "Want to Be a Baller." It gotta be a better way, better way.
In some ways, want him over Al-Quadin Muhammad.
Well, actually, it wasn't. It wasn't one of. It didn't come down to that. It didn't come down to this player versus the other. He was another one that I knew what we needed to do on the offensive line. We were all very aware of what we were going to do on the offensive line, and so once we made those financial commitments on the offensive line, I pretty much had a good sense that I don't think that we're going to be able to do much else when it comes to that position. That's another expensive position. Like what they call it, it's a premium position. So basically, it wasn't like we're choosing this player over that player. I wouldn't even say the financials were exactly the same as well. But just once we made that decision for the offensive line, we made that commitment, it kind of took us out of some of those other options at edge rusher, including Muhammad.
So for the most part, $6 million for Al-Quadin Muhammad, and y'all couldn't afford to afford Al-Quadin Muhammad. I don't really trust no man that crossed his leg over his other leg, to be respectfully speaking. This is bullshit. $6 million, bro. Oh, we got a center. We didn't get the best center. We got the second best center, and us getting the second rate left tackle. Y'all believe this if y'all want to. This organization is not invested in winning the championship. As long as y'all go buy those season tickets, they gonna say you this bullshit. I always look at Philadelphia. They find a way to make it happen. Look at the LA Rams. They find a way to fit that Devontae Adams. Around. They find a way to keep Karen Williams around. They find a way to find guys on the defensive line. Kobe Turner, what's the other guy they got that's really good? Jared Verse, I think that's his name. They find a way, but all I hear is just, oh man, we got a bunch of bitch ass or second rate ass offensive linemen, and that took us out. Man, that's bull jive. They don't want to win. I'm telling you that right now. And obviously, I read this. I haven't watched it. This is a blind reaction. This is bullshit. They act like they went out there and they got prime Willie Rowe for some shit like that. They went out there and got prime Ragnow off free agency or something like that. This is why, man. Once they lost that Washington game, man, all I was deflated. I was like, I'm done. I've been kind of checked out on the Lions, bro. I checked out after. I knew they was probably going to lose that game because of the injuries and all that. I'm done, bro. Like, I'm just hearing the way they think, bro. You don't make excuses. You find a way. They just want to be good enough to get your money. And if you don't believe me, watch what they saying. Watch what he's saying. You couldn't afford a defensive end at $6 million, bro. Like, get out of here. A guy that produced for you, but then you get a guy that's coming off a major injury not too long ago. It's crazy. He also said there's no rumors. There's no rumors. They have no dialect on bringing Taylor Decker back. All right, so you see that right there. Who really cares about that? Respectfully, they need to draft a guy. He can fuck around and draft a tight end, a kicker, or something like this. So, all right, the last clip I think I have as of right now, which it is that he speaks on the rumors that him and Dan are clashing on philosophy, as if he would tell the truth to begin with. But let's close it out. The church say amen.
I'm just wondering, have the conversations been, can we characterize them as more intense when you have a season that is that first step back and maybe you're trying to figure out how to get it back on the track you wanted it?
I think the only intensity I would say is just that when you have a disappointment of a season like we had, it's more intense in terms of, I think what I spoke about at the end of the season press conference is that it is a deeper, harder look from top to bottom on everything. And that's what me and Dan have done in joint alignment. So that would be the only intensity that was probably a little further, because you get this eye opener. It's like, whoa, hold on now. And so let's just make sure that we're not overlooking something, or if there's not a tweak or an adjustment that needs to be done. So I would say that would be the intensity. That's what's happening. I don't know where the other stuff came from, but no, I mean, if anything, it's me and Dan, in total lockstep, like we always have been. Yeah. And, we're just kind of looking at everything top to bottom, which we already have done. And that we'll continue to do for sure.
Bullshit. I didn't even listen to it. Bullshit. Man, he ain't gonna say, "Oh, we got." You think two people that they blind put together? You think they get along? They beefed over James Houston. Y'all just didn't really pay attention to it. And of course, you know what I'm saying. Dan probably saying we need this position. Oh, we need to do this. I get that he looking at the future of the franchise when you start talking about, what you need as far as money in the future and all that type of stuff. But the Lions in trouble, y'all. The Lions in trouble. And I didn't want to really believe it. Some of y'all in the comment section, but a lot of y'all right. They in trouble. They legit in trouble, bro. They have a franchise that want to win. They don't really care about winning the championship. I'm gonna keep saying it. Philly, the Rams, LA, they find a way. They find a way. And the Lions make excuses on why they can't. Oh, we got to do this, and this dude just want to draft his way to a championship. And I ain't mad at it, but your last two drafts, they've been pretty weak. I went over it in one of my videos the other day. The last two drafts that they didn't had going back to 2024. Just think. Look, I'm gonna pull it up so y'all to see, because I read it off the iPhone earlier. You go to the 2024 draft. Terrion Arnold, injury prone. Ennis Rackstraw, injury prone. Giovanni Manu, he was a development offensive tackle. He started one game versus the Bengals, injury. Sonoy Vaki, he been injured. Makai Wingo, stay injured. Christian Mahogany been injured. He was injured through the first 90% of his for rookie season. He was injured for a good stretch of last season. He been injured his whole fucking career. You know what I'm saying? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight picks that have injury problems. This dude, hey man, I know he ain't going nowhere. But Brad Holmes, man, this motherfucker on one. Did y'all see that? My bad. I didn't even put it on the screen. I want y'all to see this. See this. There we go. I don't know what. There we go. I know it wasn't me. Yeah, look at these guys. Injury. And then you go to last year. Go to last year. You know, Tyleek Williams, he admitted he was injured, and that's why he fell out the rotation. Tay Ralledge was solid. Isaac Tesla was a developmental guy. Miles Frazier came in, got injured. Ahmad Hassan came in, got injured. Dan Jackson, I don't know what happened. Lovett was on the practice squad. So three of they, what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks was injured for the season. Might as well say Miles Frazier missed the season. Tyleek Williams secretly it was horrible, 2 horrible drafts. So, you know, hopefully, you know, Dan bounced back with a better one. So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.